Hi guys. Spent like 15-30 minutes debugging the Galaxy map and system map. There were some outdated methods in there that affects a lot of things. So Ishmael put in the Galaxy map and system map check for his Tobii eye tracker, and that's the only usage for him in that. But the variables like zeros and ones carry over to a lot of tab checks and close panel commands and panel checks, right? Because the way he set it up was when he looks at the panel, he wants the panel to be locked on and not eye tracked. You know, it's really crazy when you try to read the panel and your eye's tracking it. So every time he checks panel or whatever, tab checks or whatever, you know, he turns that on and off, and that includes the Galaxy map and system map. And the Galaxy map and system map is really tricky, right? Because if you say system map, it's like it's one key that turns it on and off. So, you know, if you bind it to M, for example, it's M, turn it on, and M also turns it off. But if you use a voice attack, you could say the same command twice to turn it off, or you can also say exit, which is another command. It's like the close command. So because of how it checks the ones and zeros in there, if you say system map or Galaxy map and then you don't say exit, you know, and then you go mess around with the manual tap next and tap previous with your joystick, then the increments and decrements are gonna screw up, because the tap next and tap previous manual control depends, like it checks whether your Galaxy map or system map is active. Because if you're inside your Galaxy map or inside your system map, there are also 4 taps each in the maps. And what we want to achieve is when you're inside either maps, and when you're clicking the tabs, don't check the tabs, you know, don't check the numbers, I mean. So if you're in Galaxy map or system map and you click, you know, you use navigate in the tabs there, that won't change the tabs counting in the back. That's reserved only for the 4 panels, the left, right panel, and then the comms panel and the rows panel. So I've updated quite a few commands in there, and some EDDI triggers to turn these off. Like, so now it's totally gone, it's just off. So, but you know, it also knows that you're in system map or Galaxy map to turn off the tab +1 and -1. And then later on today, I plan on just going through the whole thing once over, the whole profile, and see if there's a need to clean up the old sysmap and Galaxy map variables. So far I tested, I don't see a need, but I'll take a look, and then I will update the profile and re-upload to the forums and Reddit later on today. Did you ever try one of the marvelous voice packs? No, I haven't. That's why I did my own. Like, yeah, you know, I found a voice pack from Ishmael, and it's fantastic. And I used to program myself. Like, I used to write Flash action scripts, so I know what's going on in there, and I studied it, and I did it myself. So this profile, like, I picked it up from Ishmael in 2017 and just did it. I would say it's as good as the HCS, like the things that we're doing right now. Like, for example, so just continue like what I fix. So before, I would say navigation, and then I'll tap, right? Navigation, and it remembers, you know, So left tab number. Left tab number.
1.
Left tab number.
3.
Right. So when you tap tap tap, it remembers. Exit. Exit. Modules.
Modules.
Status.
Status.
Tap 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 tap. Status.
Status.
Local.
Local.
Tap tap tap. Options. Options.
Options.
History.
History.
And before the fix, so at this point, if I say, so now the comms panel number is 4, right? So before the fix, at this point, if I say Galaxy map or system map, and then tap 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 in there, and then go back out, it'll screw up, but I fixed it, so it won't. So let's test it right now. System map. See how it needs the exit, that previous thing, it goes back to 1. But in here, you can see there are 4 taps, right? So, see that? So if you tap 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 in here, and if you don't, like if your program don't check, you know, then your tap numbers will screw up because you're tap tap tapping with your hand right here, right? So I think I fixed that already. And we are not gonna implement this into voice, like why? Because if you have the time to go and read the map, you might as well do it by hand. Or you can do it by the mouse, actually. You know, I usually do this part by the mouse. So if you go exit here and then go back out, it will screw up, but it no longer is because I fixed that part already. What I'm saying is just, after I quit this, I'm gonna take a look at the outdated, like whether there's a need to totally clean it up, because I don't feel like it. Like Ishmael might pick up the profile again, and he might need to use for his Tobii eyes tracking. So I don't feel like totally deleting, you know, whatever he did, even though it's outdated. Anyway, we can check it right now. Exit. Modules.
Modules.
Right tab number.
2.
So now if I go tap 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 like before the fix, it will fuck up. But it's fixed. Right tab number.
4.
Status.
Status.
Exit. So before, instead of saying 4, it will say 6 or whatever. Because I tapped in there, and the 1s and 0 for the system map Galaxy map flipped. So it never knew that I was in Galaxy map. It thought I was outside. But now there's a new state in EDDI that lets you check your UI focus. So that's the variable I was using from EDDI. It's I was checking your focus. So I'm in the background. I'm just telling the program to not check your menu tabs, the click. You know, if you're focused in, well, I'm telling the program to only check the clicks if you're in one of these 4 panels. So if you're anywhere else and you click, it won't +1 -1. Exit.